break it down.
Hey y'all, Nostalgia back at you with a Vlad Dracula 9-star video. So let's go ahead and first start feeding him books, and I'll kick up the high-speed video here just so we can get this over a little bit quicker. As always, you can touch all 3 books to have all of them feed in, but I want to use a little bit more blue than I do want to use the green and the purple books, so that's why I'm going to be using, holding down on the blue book a little bit longer than the other ones. So anyhow, we're going to take Vlad Dracula up to 9-star here. The goal here is to beat Hear Me Monster Q, but also I kind of want to test him just a little bit in Lost Realm, and then also I just want to show you a little battle altars in Lost Realm as well, in addition to some NPC non-player character combat, just some random Lost Realm 17. As that's getting pretty fun now. I'm going for battle altars more. I still do not have Ares, which is a big problem. However, the combination sometimes of Vlad Dracula and Pixie can get me through some of the non-revitalized 5 Ares boards. And anyways, there is a 9-star Vlad Dracula, damage 4407, hit points 41,000. Attack speed 1200. Now that he's 9-star, I promised I would change his talent from Enlighten. So I'm going to remove the Enlighten 4 or 5 and go ahead and roll some talents there. But again, you can see at 9-star, he's looking pretty good. I also have the inscription up to level 80. And let's go ahead and use 4 of those talent refresh cards. Heavy blow. Look at this, Enlighten. This is the 3rd Enlighten 4 or 5 that Vlad Dracula has rolled. I have no idea why I keep getting those. And basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go toss it on someone on the altar, bringing someone's talent from 3 of 5 up to 4 of 5. There was a 2 of 5 there, but I did want to keep that Reaper untouched and just go ahead and change one of these other random ones. Sometimes it takes me a while because some of these heroes in my altar that go kind of deeper into my altar I use for torch battle. So I got some like Scatter 2 Reapers, I got some Scatter Ninjas, I got some Heavy Blow Ninjas, stuff like that. So I do got to pick the right one, but I do want to pick one that's a 3 of 5, not a 4 of 5. I don't want to just... Because when you go from a 3 of 5 talent to a 4 of 5 talent, what you're getting there is a little bit of might. Now, it's not a lot, but it does add up when you do this on every single hero. And so I'm looking at all my altars. I just noticed all my greens and blues are okay, so I just got to pick one of these random ones here, like Santa. So that Santa now is going to level pretty quick too. So that's a nice side benefit of having Enlighten on your altar heroes, is that they'll level quickly if you put them in the garrison of tower. So back to Vlad Dracula. I do like to kind of stand him when I roll talents and whatnot. So let's go ahead and see what we can't get here. Self-destruct, no good. Sprint, no good. And I paused on there a little bit, but no. Okay, now I'm on to gems, so I'm out Scatter 1 of 5, no good. And what do we get? Let's go. Let's do it. I'm probably thinking about that because, look at this. Another Enlighten 3 of 5. Why do I keep getting Enlighten? That is crazy. That is just crazy. So much Enlighten off this Vlad Dracula. So I'm just going to re-roll it. I don't really need it on anyone. So let's just go for it. Now I'm on Thunder God here. I like to be... Oh, Life Drain. 1 of 5. That is awesome for Vlad Dracula. Now, yes, it's only a 1 of 5, but that is a humongous improvement over basically having no talent in the form of Enlighten. So that's going to restore 1 hit point with each attack, and I'm not sure if you recall, but his base attack is 4,500, and when he gets stacked up with Pumpkin Duke and Druid and Cupid, he can be attacking for a significant amount of damage. So he will return at least some health back to him now, make him a little bit survivable. Now, I do still have 19,500 talents. I probably could have kept rolling, but at this point in time, I do want to just kind of demo Life Drain, but I'm going to kind of toggle brains here. I'm going to move straight to Lost Realm. A theory was proposed to me by DKMP, don't kill me please. And the theory there was, how do you level up? What's the best way to make your team powerful? And the answer is farming blue crystals. What's the best way to farm blue crystals? Is it through these blue crystal mines, or is it through the farming and holding and churning and losing and winning and losing and winning and losing battle altars? Level up your battle altars. The theory there, of course, that the battle altars get leveled each time you win one, so you need to win them and lose them and win them and lose them and not hold them. And eventually, once they get really high level, you hold them, and farm blue crystals. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, now to beat this specific team, my thoughts here are to put Pixie on his Ares so that that proc doesn't go off. And then we're going to toss in a cute Pumpkin Duke right up front. My Pumpkin Duke has revitalized. We're going to put Vlad Dracula in the middle and see how this goes. Now, the problem is they have Atlanticor back there. And if that Atlanticor procs off, that's going to be bad news for me. So there my Cupid goes off. Ares is trying to keep that... Sorry, my Pixie's trying to keep his Ares low, but he still goes off there and still lose that one. So I'm going to try a couple more things here. Let us go ahead and take Vlad Dracula out. I just don't think... You know, Vlad Dracula is a damage per second hero, and also a Santa Boom, and Santa Boom is probably, I don't know, maybe a little bit better for my purpose here. My purpose here on this next strategy is to basically crush him as fast as possible. Minotaur is going to get a stun off, and that's the deal. So Minotaur's revitalized 5, he procs off there. You can see the stun on Ares and Pumpkin Duke. And then is it enough? Is it enough? But you see there is Atlanticor procced, and I do have him down to quite a bit, but then look, you can see there that that team just crushes me. His team also has Thunder God and Druid, so Thunder God proc is going to be detrimental to me as well. So that didn't quite work. So here I thought, let's fight fire with fire. Let's bring in my own Atlanticor. And sometimes, guys, battle altars are like this. When you don't have a pimped out Ares that you can pop off in the front row and always get to proc with a revitalized 5, taking away all your opponent's energy. I mean, there's just... Sometimes you got to get creative here, and you can see here that I got a little bit closer, but he still got 3 heroes up, and I only have, what, about 3-2 at that point, but then he crushes me again. With that Atlanticor is really what's hurting me there. Look, that Pumpkin Duke took out Ares, but unless with Thunder God and Atlanticor, and there's just no way. So I got to change my strategy here, and you know, it's trial and error. Sometimes this takes a while, sometimes this doesn't take a long time at all, and sometimes just your straight up team, your kind of standard team is the one to go with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out Santa Boom. I'm going to keep that Pixie in there. I'm going to keep that Pixie on their Ares. And Ares proc does hurt me significantly. So if you guys remember, Pixie has a scatter 5 naturally, and you can see there Pixie's going off, keeping his energy down, but you know, at the end of the day there, we got the Ares dead, Atlanticor's going, procs, boom, done. There we go, that's what it took. So that was kind of a strange combination, one I can say that I probably have never used before. Atlanticor Pixie combo, in addition to, of course, my regular team. Now, oops, I actually went to this one and hit start, not realizing it's the super wave, and this is extremely hard for my team. I can't say that I've ever beat this without gemming through it. I'm just going to admit that right up front there. I mean, I am going to exit here because I do want to try my regular team, my sort of my A team, the one that I go with to try to beat everything. I do put Pumpkin Duke up front, Cupid, Druid, those are my buffers, Santa Boom, and the Minotaur in the back. And Minotaur gets off his proc, stuns the team. And that's kind of how it works. So it's basically pump up Santa Boom with my buffers that I'll proc right away, given they all revitalize. And then Santa Boom does go off here, but you can see it just does not do enough damage at all. And eventually I do start to move forward there, but then it's just he takes off there, that Atlanticor procs of his. And I'm just going to jump through it here just so I can kind of show you the rest. And normally I try a couple more times to beat that one, and it probably would involve Pumpkin Duke not being in the front row, something more like a true tank. This is also one of those ones too where Atlanticor proc really hurts you. So hey, look at that battle altar win. That was quick. That was just with my regular team, sort of my regular team that I use for all Lost Altar. So it is like this. Again, the reason I put Pumpkin Duke as front is he procs once there. Now Cupid boops him up, procs twice, and then here he procs 3 times already. Right there, 3rd time. Right there, triple stack Pumpkin Duke within seconds. And so even if he dies after that 3rd stack, that Santa Boom proc is going to be an extremely high amount of damage that can clear the whole board easily. It doesn't work against some of those pimped out formations, you know, where you get the double Reapers or multiple Succubus. Sometimes you do need to minorly adjust and bring in a tank and not put Pumpkin Duke right up front there. That's just sort of a buy time and let Santa Boom and Vlad Dracula do their work. So I'm going to pop back in Vlad Dracula because he is actually pretty good. He is actually pretty good in terms of usage in Lost Realm because he does have the fear. And he kind of stops everyone in their tracks. And of course, when he procs, he does a lot of damage. So obviously, he's good in Lost Realm. And but here I want to try this formation. I mean, let's see how he does here up front. I want to curse that life drain, that 2500, 2500, 2800. So now his proc goes off and he's healing from that too. And I'm just wondering, can I get through this one? Can he tank it? And it looks like he can tank it. Now, I would guess life drain at 1 of 5 healed him about 10,000 there, maybe a little bit more, maybe between 10 and 20,000 health. Was that enough for the win? Does that make him better than Druid? I mean, look at 25, 25, but this is his proc going too. So when his proc goes, he's healing as well, obviously. So is it his proc a heal or is it his life drain heal? It's sometimes hard to tell if it's a similar damage amount or similar heal amount, I should say. So. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run and get all these because I did notice I have a bunch of keys. What I'm looking for really bad is to get a life drain set because I have 3 of 4 life drain crests. If I get one more, the thought here is that I'll just put life drain as his second talent and then he doesn't need life drain 1 of 5. He'll have it as his second talent basically. So that's why I was kind of jumping around the board here. This is that one, that's the quad succubus formation that this probably is not going to work on Vlad Dracula up front because those succubus take him out. But do they take him out? It looks like there I proc, but then all those succubuses are really high energy. And yeah, so having Vlad up front, I don't know about that formation. That's a little weird. I'm not a big fan of that. So let's exit that and just change our team around a little bit. Normally what I'll do here is put Pumpkin Duke up front, and that's pretty much it. Now, do I bring in Druid? Nope, I'll save that. And let's try this one more time. Again, this is kind of more of my typical formation with Vlad Santa, and you know, it's a proc, Pumpkin Duke proc 2, and then Pumpkin Duke proc 3. He'll normally die at that point, and then the Vlads and Santas will take out the rest. Or will they? Oh, there we go. That was almost a no-win. They did end up taking out Pumpkin Duke there. That's why that happened. And that's okay. That happens. Sometimes he does get taken out, but he's sacrificial. That's a really nice thing about Lost Realm, in my opinion, is that you can lose a hero and then continue to use them. I mean, thank the Lord they didn't make you revive or wait or something. That's one really big difference between, I would say, Castle Clash and Clash of Clans, is that there's not a lot of waiting. There's not a lot of downtime. You can get on and play for a few hours. And some games like Clash of Clans and others, that's just not possible. So anyways, that's my footage for today. As always, keep it dirty and dirty up.